All right, everyone. Hello and welcome. My name is Moose, and we are here with another Aegis Guardians League matchup. This one, another week 1 battle going to be between the Clown Gaming Aristocrats and TASA Blue. This match was played on Friday. It is now Wednesday the 9th. I checked that out there on my computer. But it should be another fun matchup. Should be one that you guys can enjoy, and hopefully you guys will get some good insight out of it. But let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. I made some improvements, as you can see, just trying to continue to update, make things look better, and hopefully give you guys a more clear picture of what you are looking at as we get into the game. Clown Gaming Aristocrats, you've got Northward playing as the Gwen, Abound playing as the Nocturne, Easton playing as the Lux, Kills playing as the Vayne, and then Physiology playing as a Leona. Over on the side of TASA Blue, Mishi Lissy playing as the Kale, Philolin playing as the Trundle, Pumpkins TK as the Ari, Wumpus 101 playing as the Akaisa, and then Chovy's Anchovy. Love the name. Chovy's Anchovy gets the name of the game for sure, playing as the Nautilus. So should be a good matchup. Should be pretty fun. Interesting to see Nocturne on the roster. Not necessarily something that is played too frequently nowadays, but was pretty powerful at the beginning of Season 12 and at the end of Season 11. So should be pretty fun to see how that plays out. Also, if you guys are enjoying the content, please feel free to follow me on Twitter. Go ahead and like the channel, like the video, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Would really appreciate the continued support. So starting off here, I'm looking to really pay attention to how well this Vayne Leona composition is going to be working out for Kills and Physiology up against Wumpus and Chovy's Anchovy. Prisa Nautilus can be pretty scary, but it looks like, the counter to that was the Leona trying to be able to give some frontline power so that the Vayne, who is relatively unequipped to handle, really high pressure situations in the early game, potentially have some protection there. He also picks up the Guardian as well. So just trying to make sure that the Vayne is able to stay safe in this bottom lane, especially since you do have the power of the Aftershock coming in from the Nautilus. So really looking to see how well they're able to perform in terms of the dredge lines, if they do land, who it lands on, and if it works out for a play for them. We do get a mirrored matchup and a stun actually already onto the Nautilus. That is a good start. Trying to get whatever damage you can, but at the moment is level 2 first for Physiology, and Kills are going to try to go for it, and the Zenith Blade does land into the stun onto Chovy's Anchovy. Going to get chunked down. Doesn't get hit by the Silver Bolt that last little bit of damage, but is chunked. And I use those extra biscuits and pots to try to get back up to full HP. One thing that I've been trying to work on as a caster, the solo casting has been able to teach me as we do get into potential gank. Philolin going to come through. Nice dredge line. Nice pillar. And Wumpus going to try to get the kill. Can they get the plasma charge off? No, cannot. So solid play there. Unfortunately, an offensive flash not going to be rewarded. And so flash for flash, Kills actually still has his big summoner spell. So unfortunately, not necessarily the play that the side of TASA Blue wanted to go for. Anyway, what I was saying is I was really trying to look for maybe trying to work on some things. Tempo is pretty important here. Easton is in trouble, but should be able to survive. Abound is there, so we'll be fine. But tempo, trying to be able to make sure that I am able to highlight big points and not really be too amped up for some of the earlier plays, really trying to make sure to highlight some of the really important plays in a game. That way, they become a little bit more impactful and maybe have a little bit more weight and gravitas to them when they actually happen. Because one of the things that I've noticed in some of these solo casts is that I definitely get high pace and I get high octane, but then I don't slow it down. I don't reel it back in to give the audience room to breathe. And so that's something that I do want to work on here as we continue to cast these Guardians Leagues games. Should be pretty fun. You know, this is part of the Zon schedule. Yesterday, we got to see Imperial Gaming take on Spartan Shields, and now another potential gank from Philolin. A lot of damage on a Physiology, and Shovi's going to have to use his flash to get away because he is so low, but this Leona does not have flash this time to get away and will fall to Philolin. The Trundle, the kills is going to get slowed, but will survive, keeps his flash as well. So, shouting out to Philolin in the beginning of this game here for TASA Blue. He's been very aggressive. He's gone for a lot of ganks. He's picked up flashes in mid lane and bot lane, and also picking up first blood as his reward for all of the aggression that he's gone for. The only caveat to that is that he does have some awkward camp control right now. You know, he's had his Krugs and his Raptors up for a little while, and he's gonna have to go back topside. They, on the side of Clown Gaming Aristocrats, they realize that, hey, you know, we know that the Trundle went red first because they had that bottom side gank. He goes back, he's gonna have to go topside, otherwise he's gonna be way behind if he loses camps, and so they're gonna take this window of opportunity to take the buff. No wards from the side of TASA Blue in the area. They got sweeped out, or they just weren't even there to begin with. And that's going to be a big Mountain Drake early on in the game, less than a minute before it spawns. That's really early for any team to be able to get, and they got it for free. They really didn't get too punished for it. The first blood gold being the advantage right now for TASA Blue. So, you know, momentum has been the name of the game early on in these games that I've casted here in the Guardians League. Being able to get on the right foot and get that snowball going. Yesterday, Imperial Gaming, you know, they were able to pick up those early dragons. They were able to pick up the play on the Hextech Soul really early on, and while it did take them an extra 20 minutes or not 20 minutes, but an extra 15 minutes to win the game, that Hextech Soul was clutch in being able to get those slows necessary for the Twitch in that game to be able to get those slows and to be able to pick up the kills to end the game and give the win over to Imperial Gaming against Spartan Shields. So really important, especially here in this gold level, that you do get those early neutral objectives, that you do have wave control and vision control. And at the moment, the Aristocrats have been able to do just that. They've got really solid wards throughout the river. They've got 2 control wards on the floor, along with both Scuttle Crabs getting taken. Now, Easton going to be in trouble. Nice dodge from the Spirit Rush for Pumpkin's TK, and he'll be able to survive. Philolin picking up his 3rd kill of the game, picking up a kill against Northward as well. So, you know, Philolin, the richest man on the Rift for sure. He has an extra 1,000 gold in his pockets from these kills, and he's given assists over to the rest of his team. So is definitely going to be feeling really strong. I'd like to see him use that gold advantage to go up against a Bound on this Nocturne in the jungle and really focus on maybe taking his camps. And so maybe that's maybe a little bit of an error there from Philolin. You know, in the early game, he does provide the pressure, and he does have a lot of control, but he's sitting on 1,500 gold, and he has not backed yet, so he doesn't actually have that gold advantage in his pocket, and he's looking to go in for another gank. I'd like to see him go back and pay and buy, you know, 1,500 gold worth of items. That could be his mythic item if he wants to go for it, and that could then really pick up the pace for the side of TASA Blue to keep this momentum going. But they're going to try to go for this gank. A Bound is level 6 along with the Trundle as well. So this is going to be a play. It's going to be a lot of damage on to Wumpus. 101 is going to try to flash away, cleansing away, but it won't be enough. Physiology is going to be able to get the nice Ignite. Will pick up that kill. Philolin will pick up one as a response, but unfortunately will die, giving the shutdown gold, very importantly, over 2 kills and this Vayne. That stops all of the early aggression that this Trundle had. You give the gold over and 2 kills over to this Vayne. This is huge for the Aristocrats because now they're going to be able to really start to snowball this bot lane. And unfortunately, like, you have to wonder, had Philin gone back there, had the Trundle had that Sheen and that extra Kindle gem, would they have been able to have the damage necessary to be able to secure those kills earlier on? And maybe that was a successful team fight for TASA Blue. But instead, I think a little bit over ambitious. They end up resulting in an unnecessary 3 kills going over to the Aristocrats. All of that money getting funneled towards the bot lane, which the longer that this game goes on, the more powerful the Vayne is going to become. So they've really put themselves in a good position right now. Noon Quiver picked up along with the Berserker Greaves because of that shutdown gold. So really solid position for kills right now. And we'll have to see what they're able to do with it, with the next dragon spawning in about 30 seconds. Other than that, though, it's been a fairly quiet game. 7 kills, 10 minutes in a gold level game. It's not necessarily the largest kill count. Paying attention to the CS advantage that Abound has been able to pick up, despite the 4 kills that Philin has, the gold is going to be relatively close. Only about 400 gold in the lead for the side of the jungle for TASA Blue. And now Mishy Lishy is going to get ganked because of Easton coming through. Northward's going to try to pick up the kill, but it's going to be a kill for this Kale. Trying to go for the 2v1 and will not be able to stop the power of the Gwen. Will be enough to be able to secure it. However, Dragon also going to get taken as we get another use of Paranoia from Abound on to Wump. Is going to get feared. Does not have cleanse to stop this, but this time Pumpkin's DK is there to make it a 4v3, and so the Aristocrats cannot continue the fight, and they will back off this play. Important to note right now, all bottom lane summoner spells are currently down. Exhaust for Chovy's Anchovy and Physiology's Ignite will be back up within the next 30 seconds, along with Wumpus's Cleanse. So that was an opportunity. That was a good attempt, I think, from both sides. Try to go in for another play. I love the use of Paranoia, pretty much on cooldown there from the Nocturne. Abound is able to get a lot of use out of shutting off the lights, getting the damage in, and trying to be able to just pick off whatever they can, because the Kaisa got dove upon, was feared, and really couldn't do anything about it. Had to step back, couldn't put in some power there. So definitely some nice play in terms of that for sure. Speaking of which, though, the vision on the side of Clown Gaming Aristocrats continues to excel. They have this bot lane really covered right now. They've got several wards on their side of the rift. They do have the ward in the TASA Blue jungle as well. So, they have control of vision. They know if Philolin's going to be going bot side, so that this Vayne and Leona are able to stay safe. And it does give Abound some creative angles as well. So really interesting to see if that's going to play out into anything big and major here. Needlework is going to get used. Northworth try to get the kill onto the Kale. Flash is going to get used. He's going to take 2 turret shots to try to get away. Going to be able to get the slow onto the Nocturne. And now Philin is in the area. Needlework is down. Northward is in trouble. He does not have Flash, and the kill will come in. Philin will pick up the kill, but it'll be Physiology taking the kill onto the Kale off screen, and Pumpkin's TK will fall, and it's a double kill as well for Philin, and he takes down Abound. Now, a 2v1 situation, going to be wailing on Physiology, using the ultimate, and now on to Easton. Easton trying to be able to get away. The slow is there, the damage is there, and Easton will pick up his second kill of the game, and the precious double buffs. So another big play there, getting more gold in onto the Lux. Important to note, once again, Philin on this Trundle picked up a double kill. That's going to mean that he gets his Divine Sunderer, but he once again he is going to have to, perform really, really effectively here in the next 10 minutes or so to give the side of TASA Blue the time they need to get the rest of the team back on track. Because yes, you do have a 1,000 gold advantage for Philolin on this Trundle, but you have some pretty difficult positioning in terms of gold for your carries. It's a 1,000 gold advantage for Easton. It's going to be a 400 gold advantage for kills. While there is a 700 gold advantage for Lishi on this Kale, I know I'm saying that name wrong, it's not going to really become prevalent until the Kale really becomes online, gets to those higher levels. And so we're trying to see what TASA Blue is going to be able to do. I want to see Philolin find that major play to finally get his carry some kills, because right now they're both 0-1 and 0-1 and 1 or 0-1 and 2, and maybe this is the play for it. Easton 08 is going to get double pump, but so much damage on the final spark there. Paranoia used, and it's going to go on to Philolin. He's going to get fleed, and that should do it. Going to be another kill, 2 kills actually for kills as he takes down the bot lane, and a double kill for a bound as well. His first 2 kills of the game. So once again, going to be Clown Gaming Aristocrats winning out in that fight 4-0. They go straight over to the Rift Herald with the Cloud Drake spawning in 30 seconds. So again, that's the major factor here in this game that I am noticing so far. All of the kills, all but one of the kills, have gone towards this Trundle, and now he has died 3 times. Meanwhile, you have 6, you could potentially even say 8 of the 11 kills that the Clown Gaming Aristocrats have are going towards their carries. The longer that this game goes on, the bigger that the gold lead becomes for this Vayne and this Lux against their counterparts on TASA Blue, the more power that they're going to have against the jungler. You saw how quickly Philolin fell. Yes, he does have the Divine Sunderer, but he has just the plated steel caps. He's not going to be able to survive against the magic damage that Easton is able to provide. And they're going to try to go for another play as well. Chovy's Anchovy really low, but we'll be able to get out of it. It is a Cloud Drake as well, which at this point I think could benefit both sides pretty effectively. The extra movement speed for Philolin to get around the map is pretty big, but also for a bound, going to be able to use the movement speed in the jungle to be able to find extra creative angles to get away from potential, or to be able to get away and also to be able to find potential angles for the Paranoia to be used really effectively and not be seen. And so vision, that's why vision is so important here for Clown Gaming Aristocrats, is they want to be able to know that the angles are safe, that they can find the right plays so the Paranoia can be used super effectively. So I'd like to see them continue to go for those vision scores. You can see they have some pretty strong vision score advantages. A bound putting in 21 vision score so far compared to 14 on Philolin. And with the Rift Tail getting dropped, it will be first tower of the game going towards Clown Gaming Aristocrats. Yeah, 17 minutes into the game though. Level 12 for Lishi. That is the turning point in this game for TASA Blue. If they can get this Kale online and really unlocked from this top lane, going to be a formidable force. Divine Judgment is also super powerful as well. So I'm super excited to see what she's going to be able to bring to the table once the game does get to that 22-23 minute mark. And Lishi's level 14, level 15, and could really start putting in the power there. But with that Rift Tail getting dropped, it actually gets the second headbutt as well. So good plays coming through from the Aristocrats to pick up the extra tower pressure. Mid lane tower is also very low. So definitely looking good for the mid game right now in favor of Clown Gaming Aristocrats. They're in the lead. 3,000 or 2,500 gold at this point. They have one of the 3 dragons, which isn't the best. They do have the dragon stacking going for TASA Blue. That is the advantage that they have. But, it just feels really, really powerful right now that the coordination from the Aristocrats is just there. They've been able to get the angles that they want. They've been able to get the team fights that they want. And it's been resulting in some pretty good positions. I'm loving the vision control as well. Yes, you give up that second dragon 2.5 minutes ago, but you continue to keep vision. You keep these camps safe so that we can continue to get those level ups. And so, really excited to see how that plays out. However, going to be Paranoia getting used. Will they try to go for something here? The answer is no. But Pumpkin's TK kills in the bot side, maybe trying to go for something. No, going to be able to use the Blast Cone to get away. Physiology is going to get charmed, and now Pumpkin's TK trying to deal the damage. Final Hour is going to be caught out, but a beautiful Solar Flare into the Final Spark is going to get the kill against the Ahri. Kills is in trouble, and he will fall to the damage. That is the Kale. Northward now trying to run for his life as the Kale just continues to wail on against Easton's and Abounds, and it will be enough to get a double kill. Finally, this Kale is online. So huge play there. Big play. Gets TASA Blue right back into the game. They're going to pick up a tower out of this as well. And you give that gold. 3 kills over to Mishilishi. 2 of those kills were shutdowns. And that's going to be massive gold influx here for this Kale. 2,700 gold in the pocket. That's going to be Riftmaker. That's going to be 3rd item started for this Kale. And that is exactly what you want. The scaling potential of a really fed Kale, especially in gold level, is super valuable. Yeah, there's the Riftmaker. There's the extra power coming from it. Little interested, though. Leaving 800 gold in the pocket and not picking up the 2nd Vision Ward. Could have sold the Doran's Blade as well to pick up maybe a Fiendish Codex. 900 gold there. Could have picked up the Oblivion Orb. That's 800 gold. You stop the healing from the Gwen and the Nocturne, which could have been pretty big. So itemization potentially could have been a little bit better there for Mishilishi, but still, Riftmaker unlocked along with the Gnasher's Tooth is in the lead against Northward and this Gwen right now. Gold-wise, about, 2,200 thanks to those shutdowns. So now, this is what Phililin needed. This is what he was trying to do for the entirety of the game, is he was just trying. He was picking up those kills, yes, but he now finally gets some kills over to the carries. He can now push himself back, step back, and be that frontline menace that he can be and will down against some of the tanks. Physiology and Abound losing those stats with Subjugate. So I'd like to see now what Mishilishi is going to be able to do as a teleport comes in and a team fight could potentially begin. Cloud Drake has spawned, but there is vision in the pit for Clown Gaming Aristocrats. They do have Divine Judgment up for Mishilishi along with every summoner spell coming through. Northward is just now going in for the teleport, but the initiation has begun. Dredgeline's going to land onto kills into the depth charge, but it's going to be Paranoia into the backline. Divine Judgment getting used, and Chovy's Anchovy will fall along with Abound. 4v4, one pits to the next target, and he will fall. It's a double kill for kills, and the rest of TASA Blue is on the run. Not going to be able to stop it. No, I stand corrected. Philin's going to go in, but Mishilishi could not go through. He did not want to go away from Easton's E. The Lux actually providing the zoning, loosened Singularity. Mishilishi just didn't want to get that damage, and unfortunately, Phililin was there all alone, so he just gets denied, and Pumpkin's TK almost dies. Nice use of the Final Spark. Almost picking up that kill onto the Ahri, but a big play there. Stops the dragon stacking for TASA Blue, and Mishilishi really wasn't able to utilize any of the gold. Had no damage, really, in that last team fight. Yeah, taking a look at things right now, Pumpkin's TK, unfortunately, not having the best game. 0, 3, and 5 has a 2,000 gold disadvantage against Easton 8, who picks up his 2nd item. That is the Horizon Focus, going to be dealing extra damage with those long-range plays, as well as when he hits those roots and stuns. So that's going to be pretty powerful there. A pretty solid 2nd item, especially for the Lux, when all of her abilities, except for her shield, slow or root if they land, going to be able to just deal extra damage when they do actually make that happen. So excited to see what's going to happen next. 38,000 gold compared to 39k. Paranoia is going to get used. Turning off the lights. Kills is all alone, and now Paranoia is going to be used to potentially give the Vayne a chance to escape. Nice Final Spark. A lot of damage on Mishilishi. The Divine Judgment's going to get dodged, but now Kills is in trouble. Beautiful judge line from Chovy's Anchovy. A little bit of overkill with the depth charge, but will be able to get the shutdown on to the Vayne. And it goes towards the Kale. That's 2 kills for nothing, and that is a good chance now for TASA Blue to pick up the Baron, which they will. Meanwhile, bot side, inner tower, going to get taken. That was chunked down thanks to that Rift Herald that the Aristocrats were able to get a little earlier. So, Baron's going to get taken, almost stolen away, but Final Spark a little bit too early. They're going to be able to get some damage onto the inhibitor tower as well, but Northward will back off. And that's going to give TASA Blue the gold lead for the first time in the last, 15 minutes or so. So, solid play there. Catching the Vayne out of place, and Easton's going to get caught out again. That's another shutdown for this Kale, who is now level 16, has been fully unlocked. 11,000 gold, the richest person on the Rift. And now the expectation is that she's going to be able to carry. This Kale needs to carry and needs to find the plays in order to get those successful team fights. Has pushing power, has so much damage right now, has so much gold, really can do what they want. And so I really want to see TASA Blue at this point capitalize on the damage that the Kale is going to be able to provide. That last dragon fight did not work because the Kale was zoned out because of Easton 8's Lucent Singularity. So really, really important for the Kale to get the right positioning, to use the abilities effectively to get that damage in, because if she's able to whack down against some of these weaker champions here against the Aristocrats, TASA Blue is going to be able to win these team fights handedly. Right now, she is on split pushing duty, using Baron to get even more gold in her pocket. She will pick up the outer tower in the bot lane, but now it is a 4v4. Another beautiful solar flare from Physiology is going to land 3 on the stun, but it's a double kill for Wumpus, who picks up the Manamune along with the Nashor's Tooth. It's a double kill for her, and the siege will continue, making it a 1-for-2 play. Meanwhile, top side, Northward, picking up a tower as well, just looking to be able to continue to keep the pressure going top side. The split pushing battle continues, but Baron is better than Gwen. Going to be inner tower falling in the bot lane. It's going to be inhibitor tower falling in the bot lane. It's going to be the inhibitor falling in the bot lane. Huge play for Mishy-Lishy. So much gold in her pocket. This is a huge opportunity. Divine Judgment's going to get used. Physiology will fall, and now Mishy-Lishy is in trouble. Will get shut down, but Humpkins TK is going to teleport in. That final spark deals a ton of damage, but Abound is in trouble. The heal is coming in, but a nice condemn will allow for the Nocturne to survive, avoiding the Void Seeker from Wumpus 101. But a huge Baron play. That is the aggression that I am looking for when you have Baron and you have a super powerful Kale like that. That split push working magnificently for TASA Blue. They pick up the bot lane inhibitor. They pick up their 3rd dragon of the game. They are now at Soul Point, and they are in the driver's seat at the 27-minute mark. So a really, really big play there. Nicely done coming through from TASA Blue. The gold lead is now not substantial, but is a 3,000 gold lead for Mishy, or for the side of TASA Blue. Mishy-Lishy, 14,000 gold. Richest man on the Rift by 3,000 at this point, comparatively to both Philolin, who's at 11k himself, and then Northward, who's at 11k as well. So, is going to be able to combat the Gwen in a 1v1 if that inevitably happens, but at the moment, Northward can't push because the inhibitor is down. 2 minutes remaining until Baron spawns, so I expect it to be a very slow 2 minutes here. With that being said, we do have another week of Aegis Guardians League coming up here on Friday. Should be pretty fun. If you guys are interested, please feel free to check that out. It's been great so far. It's been really fun to go through, but I stand corrected. We are getting more damage in. The depth charge is going to land on to kills as long as the solar flare is going to find the slow, but no one deciding to go for a play. Instead, they back off. That's something that I want to point out here, where Chovy's Anchovy has been, I wouldn't say careless, but is definitely really really liberal with her with the use of the depth charge has been using it like whenever the opportunity arises. And sometimes you're not going to be able to find the kill that you want, even if you land the depth charge onto the player that you need. A bound is just going to get face checked and will fall. Nice pick there coming through from TASA Blue. And right now, they must be feeling pretty confident. Like, they should be feeling very strong about their position. A minute remaining until Baron spawns. They still have super minions in the bot lane for another couple of minutes. And so they're going to really be able to force this Baron and force the power coming in. Lishi is going to flash. Maybe worried about the power of the Vayne. Maybe worried about the use of the E from the Leona. I don't know if that was necessary because of how much in the lead she has gold-wise. I don't know. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. Lishi is their most important member, and that flash is a big repositioning tool for a Kayle that has no other real major repositioning options other than maybe even using the Divine Judgment. That's going to be the big play here is, you know, is that flash going to be the difference maker in this game? We're 30 minutes in. Baron has spawned, but both sides are now into the area. It's continued to put a lot of damage onto kills, and now Pumpkin's TK using the Spirit Rush, going to be able to land the Charm out of Physiology, but the nice final spark is going to land a lot of damage. Once again, Lishi will get the kill onto kills as well as the kill on to Physiology. Wumpus picking that up. Disaster here on the side of the Aristocrats, who once again are going to get bullied out of being able to pick up Baron for the second time in this game. And with Baron now spawned, that means that they're also going to have the opportunity to pick up Dragon Soul. It is a Cloud Soul here for TASA Blue to pick up if they want to try to go for that in minute 13. But yeah, unfortunately, I think what happened there is they were trying to go for the control ward right here. And unfortunately, they kept on hitting Baron. They didn't actually get the right angle to be able to pick up the control word. And so Baron started just wailing on kills. And you get kills down to about half HP. Pumpkin TK's eyes will go wide open. And he's able to find a nice charm onto Physiology. And that's going to be a lot of damage there. Oh, Pumpkin's TK is in trouble. It's going to be Paranoia getting used, and a bound is going to go into the waiting arms of Anchovy. Is in trouble, will fall, but it's going to be Final Spark getting used. Phillin's going to get hit by it, and it's going to be the Zenith Blade landing onto the Trundle as well, but he is able to walk away for the time being. Lishi is not there, teleporting in, but Easton 08 is going to pick up the second kill in this play. Now, Lishi is all alone. The flank is now potentially there. As they try to potentially make something happen, Easton 08 is fairly low and will give another kill over to Wumpus, who is now unstoppable. Lishi's on a killing spree. Kills will fall, and it's a double kill for the side of Wumpus. 101, and now the Northward is trying to go in for some heroics. Divine Judgment is not up. Wumpus is in trouble. Lishi is in trouble. It's a shutdown in the favor of Northward. Now he's looking for 2 extra kills. Will he be able to find them? He gets the dash. He gets the kill onto Wumpus, and now Philolin is all alone, using Smite to go in for the healing. Can they get it? Needlework is still available for him, and he gets the kill, the triple kill for this Gwen. Once again, the heroics of a Gwen come through, and he's able to pick up a huge amount of gold, a big shutdown, and denies the Dragon Soul. Denies the Dragon Soul for TASA Blue. A major point here. The fact that they were able to take down those 3 kills means that the Aristocrats, they deny the soul, and they're able to get the soul point themselves. That is a huge, huge stop against TASA Blue. That Baron is completely wasted, and the inhibitor respawns. Major turning point in this game, potentially. Whew. Man, yeah, that is big. Lot of gold now going over to the side of this Gwen. Now 4 items. Rabadon's Death Cap picked up. It's still a lead for Lishi. Level 18, still has 18,000 gold. Void Staff, Lichbane, Nashor's Tooth, as well as Rabadon's and Riftmaker as an extra item over the Gwen, but the Gwen has picked up the Oblivion Orb to stop the healing from the Trundle, from the Kayle, from the Ahri. So that's going to be a major potential contributor to a lot of grievous wounds if she's able to find the right angles. in these team fights. And now we're really looking to see what TASA Blue wants to go for here. They don't have any individual objectives up for another 3 minutes. They could try to push forward, but they got to be careful. They do not want to get engaged upon right now because they could still fall short. Even though they're in the lead by 5K, if they get played here, this could be major. And with Kale going to the bot lane with no teleport, this could be the opportunity to go for a 4v4 that they want. Let's see what they want to go for. Northward's going to try to initiate, going to get charmed upon, and the Paranoia is going to land a lot of damage. Final Spark's going to get used as the gold comes in, but the Final Spark into the Solar Flare is so much CC and damage that it's going to be kills, picking up the kill onto Wumpus and filling in Anchovies. Anchovies fall. Inhibitor did go down in the top lane, so somebody has to manage that, and that's going to be Easton08. What will Philin decide to do to respond? He's going to try to be able to pick up this inhibitor, but Mishi Lishi will then go back because the teleport is used. The other 3 members of the Aristocrats are now looking to go for the inhibitor, which they will be able to pick up. Mid lane inhibitor secured for the Aristocrats. And so now it's anybody's game. Like, the gold has come back to a 1.8 thousand gold advantage for TASA Blue. That is really inconsequential in a 35-minute game. But your carries are full build. Your tanks are now starting to become a little bit less useful, unfortunately. You know, you're 36 minutes into the game. It doesn't matter how much resistance you have. You know, Wumpus 101 and kills are going to be able to put in the damage. And that's the big thing here, is that kills level 15, Dragon Slayer, Blade of the Ruined King, and the rapid fire cannon is playing for security and safety here in these matchups, and is building the Wit's End as the 4th item if we get to that point. You know, this Vayne is trying to be able to survive and picks up that 4th item. And so, you know, has the extra attack speed, is going to have that extra range. So as long as she's able to stay in the backline, she could be huge in making or breaking this next team fight. Northward is going to get so chunked, though, by Mishi Lishi as the charm lands onto Physiology. They will back off once again with Baron spawning in 20 seconds. The inhibitor is going to respawn at a perfect moment here for the Aristocrats. TASA Blue will not have that pushing power available to them in the top lane, and they have to handle an inhibitor themselves. Let's see how it plays out. Philolin going to be moved forward. The charm does not land, and now Pumpkin's TK is looking to go for it. Let's go into team fight mode, and let's see how it plays out. The last potentially major fight of this game. All right, everyone backing off here. All summoner spells are online for your carries, or except for the cleanse coming in from Wumpus 101. We've got the dragon spawning in less than a minute, and so both teams are looking to be able to push forward to the mid lane. It would be Cloud Soul, but the play could potentially go towards the side of TASA Blue to go for the dragon or the Baron, but because the inhibitor is spawned or is destroyed in the mid lane, the Aristocrats have control. They decide to go for the Baron, and they chunk it down so fast. Paranoia is going to get used. It's going to be Phil and getting stunned by it as the Paranoia lands, and a huge final spark. Wumpus 101 is going to try to go golden, but it won't be enough. A big kill and a big 4-0 advantage. So quick, Baron falls. So quick there. Really, really nicely done from the side of the Aristocrats. They get the team fight that they want. They get the big Paranoia into the final spark to deal the damage necessary, and that is going to do it. Mishi Lishi is all alone, was not part of that fight, can't even drop the final judgment, and that is going to do it. Congratulations to Clown Gaming Aristocrats. They win this game 38 minutes long, but they make it happen. Wow, what another exciting game. What a conclusion here on the side of Clown Gaming Aristocrats. They win that game, but it was definitely another very close back and forth battle. Shout out to TASA Blue. They had control for a while, but that misstep in the second Baron giving that triple kill over to the Gwen was enough power and enough momentum shift to give the Aristocrats the ability to be able to win that game. Congratulations to them. Excited to see what they're going to be able to do as we move into week 2. But with that, this video has reached its conclusion. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, please feel free to like it, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitch at Moosecaster. But in the meantime, have a great night, everyone. Stay safe and take care.